Yeah, that's right. Everybody, phones down. Well, I got... Nah.
Got
And I was
information.
reading your notes.
Yeah, you guys are both doing your job. Next time I catch you, you're going to be playing fucking Clash of Clans. This episode is brought to you by Clash of Clans.
No,
Clash
it's
of
not.
Clans, where... You're right, it's brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. It is not, but hey, Raid Shadow Legends, Clash of Clans.
They support it, or they sponsor everybody.
Hit us up. We're looking for sponsorship. We play video games.
I'm actually specifically not playing Raid Shadow Legends ever until I get a sponsorship.
Same. Same, actually. Give us a sponsorship. You'll get ads and gameplay videos better than you've ever imagined.
I probably won't play it.
All right, now somebody clip that part out and then clip the rest of it and send it to them.
Well, I'll have a sip. I haven't tried that yet.
You put on like big different glasses. I would also like to try that. Hello, my name is Steve, and I would like to try that beer.
I love Buddha
Oh,
Ranger, yeah.
It's good shit. Shouts out to him. And I just that tall boy can that new version of the can for all these guys, these IPA guys. They know what to do. They know people who drink IPAs like to be individuals.
They like to be hip.
I wanted to ask you guys, do you think you'd ever try heroin? Don't be so quick to your answer. Don't be so
Maybe.
quick. Right? I don't know. I mean, I'd tell you this. My answer off the back would be no, but then you go like, I don't know, man. You want to experience everything in life, right? Or, most things. I mean, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be something to
I'd
it.
probably try it.
I mean, it's not something I'm going for in my life, but I feel like, if I want to make a hit album or something like that, or make this...
I mean, if you do it once, it's not like, you're a heroin addict.
No.
So my reasoning behind my very stern, obvious no isn't just no.
Well, you've got history with heroin.
Yeah, that. But no, I'm also just terrified of needles. Like I don't like.
You can do it
needles
different
at
ways.
all. Heroin?
Can you?
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was inject only.
No,
No.
you're thinking of meth.
No, doggy. There's heroin. They have pill forms of heroin. You can also smoke
Of
heroin.
You can't smoke heroin.
Yes, you can.
No,
I've
you
watched.
can't.
I've watched.
You've watched people?
I've watched Intervention before, Reese. You can smoke heroin. No, but you can. They put it on foil, and then you light it from below the foil, and then they
Yeah.
smoke. No, that's heroin. That's heroin. They smoke heroin like that. Ian, Google, can you smoke heroin? Hey, Ian, pull up a video of that dude smoking heroin.
Joe is right. Foil smoking / heroin inhalation abstract. Foil smoking is generally heroin consumption by inhalation.
Now, let me say this. It doesn't look good for neither me or Reese, our heavy arguments on whether you can or cannot smoke heroin.
Don't do heroin.
It looks horrible. It looks horrible on both of us. Reese was like, I'm telling you right now, you cannot. And she's like, as if she... And then I'm like, I'm telling you, you can't. It's like, we're both... It doesn't look good for us. Anyway. No. I think it's horrible. I think heroin's
I've
horrible.
thought about it a lot. Like I've
Right.
genuinely thought about
Yeah.
what drugs that I would do. Heroin is on that. I would literally. There's only two. I would never do heroin. Never do meth. I don't care if you
Right.
smoke it. Technically, I mean,
Right.
it's just I don't know. Like I've smelled smoked meth, and
Ooh.
that's disgusting.
It is.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever smelled. I can only assume heroin is the same because it's like plastic.
Well, and also, isn't Xanax just opium? Like, isn't that just heroin too? That's pretty much just. It's not
like
full
synthetic.
Yeah, exactly. So it's heroin. You're doing a form of it. I mean, you could do just some Xannies.
No, that's
Yeah.
opioids.
Yeah,
Opioids. Is that different
Yeah.
from heroin?
Yeah.
It's like
And I have done some.
Is it like
like
diet heroin?
it's like the doctor version.
I think I might like this diet heroin that we're talking about. Then I don't know.
Xanax is nice.
Xanax is
Oh man,
nice.
can you say that more clearly?
Xanax is very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
But
Drugs are bad. Okay.
yeah, drugs are bad. Okay. But Xanax is great until you do too much and freak out.
Freak out.
Yeah, it does the opposite.
Yeah.
essentially.
And then now you're hesitant to take aspirin.
Yeah.
Guys, welcome to another episode of SuperSour Podcast. Oh man,
Starting off hot.
That's right. Thank you guys for being here again on another week. I'm glad we can all hang out on the couch. Do you think that we like doing the podcast on the couch because we grew up with the big comfy couch? Do you think that has something to do with it?
I think so.
I don't know. I like big comfy couch, but I don't know.
You don't know if you like couches more because of it.
Yeah.
I think you do.
I think you know.
Yeah.
I think you know.
Hmm.
I think you know that you see a big red comfy couch. What's the first thing you say when you see a couch that looks comfy as a big comfy couch? Right there. They did it. They put it in. They put it in our brain for us.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, guys, I want to thank you guys for all being here and another episode of Super Sour. Please, since you're here, since we have you early on, hit the like button, subscribe. It's totally free.
Comment below.
Comment below. Be interactive with us.
Hit that bell.
Tie-dye up everything down below there. That's what we like to say around here. And it's free and it helps. It goes a long way. But we'll get past that. We're past that now.
We're past that.
Yeah. Want to tell you a little story. We went and saw Dave Smith last night from this Legion of Skanks.
I saw that.
Shouts out. We were very happy to get a picture with him.
Did you bring up the podcast?
Technically
Yeah,
yes,
kinda,
actually. Let's tell this. Let's start with talking about this. So we go there, first of all, way too early.
like 2 hours early?
Yeah, actually. Really? Yeah. Well, it says like the showtime starts at 8. I didn't know seating starts at 8. They said showtime.
So what's funny is because we talked about that when we were in there, we're like, we didn't know the seating. But when I was on the website looking at other tickets, it actually says seating starts at that time.
And I totally believe her. I probably just read right over that. So we get there 2 hours early, and I would say about an hour and a half early, maybe.
Still
2 hours. Might as well be. And I bring a little blizzy, bring a little blue, and I smoke that in the car. We pull up. I go, cool. We pull up near these dumpsters. I smoke it there. We're chilling. We're having a great time. Time is moving, and I have no idea if it's because I took a whole blunt to the dome, but time is moving exponentially slow.
That and because you're excited.
Oh, very excited, yeah. And the thing about Side Splitters is that people show up very last minute there. Like, there was, when the doors opened, like the bar area that's like near the where the showroom is had like maybe 20 people in it, maybe. But then they say 300 people was there. I don't believe that shit. I don't know.
Was it a full house?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a full house.
So
Yeah.
it was probably 300 people.
I think
With
it
a few
was.
missing seats, give or take. I mean, I could see.
So it was probably like 290 people.
Yeah, I would say 290.
Dave, we're not trying to blow up your spot. You sold it out hot. We know. People didn't show up. That's all.
Yeah, they bought the tickets. They couldn't show up.
Well, then let's say this. There's two things that stuck out of the night, besides the fact that we'll get out of the way that, first of all, Dave crushed it. I wish you were there. You would have loved the comedy with him and Robbie Bernstein. Very political, but Robbie's way more political in his comedy than Dave. But what you'd love about Dave is that he's big on two things in his comedy stand-up that he loves making fun of, and that's retards and he loves making jokes about how he loves saying and he loves saying retard, and it's never gonna change.
All right.
And now it was a very 90s heavy comedy set because he's from the 90s, like 95, like he was when he was in his teen years, is 95. So you would have loved it. It was great. Brought down the house. I made a joke to Reese. Said, how you were talking about how like you wish you could remember more of the comedy sets you had seen in your life. And I was explaining to her, I was like, it just doesn't work that way. Like you will instantly forget that because everybody's drinking in there, and even if you're not, it was 30 minutes to an hour. You're gonna forget that pretty.
Oh well,
easily.
with Bert, I got
a hammer.
I got fucking
blackout.
wasted.
Well, that's how you go see Bert. You should go see Bert Blackout.
Well, I wasn't
Bert would go,
blackout. I was just like trash.
I don't think you should do that. So while we're waiting for Dave, we're at the bar having a drink, we're hanging out. More people are coming in, and one guy, I see him. I'm talking to Reese. I don't think Reese noticed this guy at first until the event happened. You're gonna love this dude. He comes up, he gets a water, then he walks away. Bartender's doing her thing. I watched this guy approach the bar with his water like this.
Yeah.
And now me and Reese are both watching this happen. We stop our conversation, just watch him. Gets the bartender's attention. He goes, could I get a different water? This one just has, it's spicy. It tastes real spicy. Could you just...
Dave?
No.
Oh, some random guy?
Could you imagine?
Oh.
Just know some random guy at the bar, like, just came up and told her, it's just too... Can you give me a whole new water? Like a whole new cup and everything? It's just spicy. And me and Reese had to hold in our burst of laughter. It's just, I've never in my life heard somebody go, can you get me
this
whole...
water's too spicy.
It's too spicy. Just give me a whole new one, please. The next one won't be as spicy. What could be in his... It was a Pepsi cup. They only use the Pepsi cups for water and soda.
Yeah.
So... It was the most Jewish complaint I had ever heard in my entire life.
This water's too spicy.
The spiciness it was, or if you're Hispanic, it was the most gringo fucking response you'd heard in your life. The water, dude, this water's a little too spicy, man. I'm not digging it.
He's the type of guy who goes, is there pepper on this? Ooh, that's too spicy for me.
Is this sparkling water? No, that's too spicy. That's too spicy. Maybe that's what it was. They gave him sparkling water by accident. That's what they call it, spicy water.
It's wild.
It's what I call all fizzy drinks. It's spicy. Them Sprites too spicy for me.
Now, let's break down something that I didn't give full details on yet. The guy who sat next to us at the event, at the show. So, we were lucky enough to wear only...
Where did he touch you?
That's what I want to fucking know. So, I want to know, like, so I go to the bathroom, right? We're sitting, we're waiting, we're in there right when showtime, like, they start seating people, so we still have to wait, like, 20 minutes. And we're wondering who's going to sit in front of us again. Last time it was as Lewis made fun of him to be, a gay dad and his son. And just enjoying the show. Completely oblivious from, like, no big deal. So we're wondering, you never know. You can sometimes get sat next to those fucking assholes or...
A heckler or something like that.
Yep. So time goes on. Nothing's happening. I tell Reese to say, I got to go to the bathroom before the show starts. I can tell. They've turned down the lights. They're doing video previews now. And when I come back, I mean, dude who I can only describe looks like he's the Tiger King's cousin. He's got a camo Fisher hat on with black sunglasses over the Fisher hat. He's got a Skanks t-shirt on, so he's fit for the crowd. And he's wearing...
So he is a fan.
Yeah, for sure. And he's wearing cargo shorts. And the first thing I say to Reese, I'll tell you everything I encountered as I came to sit down, but the first thing I say to Reese is I go, is it him who stinks, or is that a stink in the room that I'm just now smelling?
Oof.
To which Reese was like, I'm honestly, and to be fair, with the Legion of Skanks crowd, I'm not too sure.
You hear that? Your fans are smelly.
They say it all the time. Say it all the time. And now I'm starting to understand. Because I think it was that. I take that back. After a while, I realized it probably was not him. I think it was maybe somebody else in the room, or maybe just something about the room. When I came back from peeing, this guy was talking Reese's ear off, and I can only explain him as to shut down entirely because he realized that she has a boyfriend. I didn't know machismo thing, bro. I didn't come down and be like, who's this guy? Who's this punk? Who's this pipsqueak? What's up, bro?
You were just like, hey, babe.
Didn't even say anything. I came in, tapped her on the back like that. I literally just tapped her. I sat down, and then he just immediately stopped talking to her. To which I was like, you're weird. Yeah. He was like, dude, I'm in. I'm at the comedy show. There's another bitch here. I'm about to get laid.
Another bitch.
What was he saying? He was clearly, because from what I gathered, from what I picked up, he was a stranger who bought tickets from another stranger to get into the show, and then that was it. That's all I picked up from him. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard.
Yeah. I don't know about the ticket thing, but when he sat down, he, reached out to shake my hand, and I was going to just ignore whatever he said, but since he stuck his hand out, I was like, fuck, I have to acknowledge this, because it's right in front of me, like, he was
You could have
right
ignored
there.
him.
You could have.
I could have, but he was by the stage, like, I would have had to keep looking at him, and it was just uncomfortable.
She was like, and then he had his dick out, and I was like, well, I mean, it's out. What am I supposed to do?
I have to give it a shake.
Yeah, I'd have to.
But yeah, when I went to shake his hand, it was moist.
Wet. I can tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cammy.
Before you were bringing up the handshake. If you wouldn't even bring up the handshake if he didn't have a weird fucking.
Honestly, just
Fuck,
hearing that makes me want to go wash my hands.
Same. Yep.
Yeah, it was
Made
I
my mouth
hate that
water a little
shit.
bit. I didn't like that.
very
Oh.
gross.
Mouth
I don't-
water.
I
Yeah,
don't
it made
know
me
about that.
uncomfortable.
I
Hold on,
don't
no. Hold on.
You wanted to
Whoa.
lick his hand?
No. Hold on.
That's
Let
a
me
little.
explain.
Never heard
Let
that
me explain.
before.
Like how when your mouth waters before you throw up. You know how your mouth you start like getting a bunch of saliva.
No.
I do actually know that.
Thank you.
What?
Safe.
That is
Hold
not
on,
how I
please.
took
Half
it.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the bad judge in the UFC car.
No.
You're the good judge.
Yeah.
All right. Go on.
Okay, and then he was like, I don't know. Hey, I'm Tyler. I don't know what his name was, but it seemed
He looked like a
Tyler.
he looked like a Tyler,
I'm
so we'll go
pretty
with
sure
Tyler.
he's a
Yeah.
Tyler. And he was like, oh yeah, I've been here to one other show, and I was like, oh yeah, I've only been here once before too. It was to see
That's
Lewis.
when I came
and he's
in.
like,
Yeah.
And he's like, I saw Lewis too, and I was like, yeah, we both did. And then
That's when he turned.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Did the show start, or was he
No,
just?
he just
No.
turned.
Nope.
Yeah, she goes.
Yeah.
She goes. Yeah, I saw Lewis too. We both did. We sat right here actually, and he went cool.
Yep.
Turned around. And you know what's funny is I said this to her. So the show's going on, and towards the end of the show, they start doing the guys. The show's about to come to the end with the closer. They'll start doing the tickets. Hey, you ready to cash out? All that shit.
Yeah.
And I hear this guy. She's paying attention to Dave because she is. Like Google eyes over Dave the whole time. I'm
Dave's
literally, I've watched. I swear to God, at one point I watched her. She was leaning on the table like this. She was like that watching it.
He's so dreamy.
So they start doing the tickets, and I listen to this guy. She comes up and she asks us. She goes, "Good. You need anything else?" And I go, "Nope, just the check, please." And the guy leans in. She starts to come in to like ask him, and he goes like this. He goes, "Come here." I hate that move from Drunker. Come here. And she leans
I'm like,
in.
just wait. Be like, hey,
He got a bucket of Bud Light to himself. I got to point out, by the way.
hell yeah.
I mean,
Oh, Bud Light. It's a little controversial right now.
Robbie the Fire Bernstein went up there and made a Bud Light joke almost immediately.
Yeah, and he actually looked at his Bud Light and was like,
He was very disappointed. He did not like it. Maybe that's why this happened. Because then, so he leaned, and they're talking about something, and he goes like, "Oh, I'm never coming back here." And then she goes, "Okay, that's fine. Okay."
As she should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
so I don't know what it was about. But then before Dave could even finish, he paid his thing, wrote that, and then just walked out. And I was like,
Like in the middle of his set?
in the middle
Yeah.
of the set, just left. I'm like,
What
I'm
if-
like,
what
how
if-
dare you wear that Skanks t-shirt, fam? How dare you? And you
What
just
if-
walked out.
And you're going to get upset over a Bud Light joke?
Maybe
What if
it's what I
that-
can only assume.
what if he went out in the parking lot and like killed himself in his car? What if that's what he meant?
We can only hope.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying he was like telling her to say, he's like, I don't know if you want to know this, but I'm never gonna be coming back here.
Yeah.
It's my last
Okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
time. And he was like, I guess they don't care. I thought I was a real regular here. I thought this was a real Cheers moment for me. They were on to be like, Tyler, you're back. Oh, you stink again, but it's okay, Tyler. We love you.
And then they made fun of me about buying Bud Light.
I always buy Bud Light at this establishment. I always buy Bud Light.
You think he's just not seeing the controversy?
And he just thinks they're just making fun of people who
Yeah.
drink Bud Light.
like the guy saw him specifically and was like, "Fuck that guy with the
And this
Bud
Tyler
Light."
kid was like,
What did
"Come
he
on, man."
say to him?
He didn't say anything to him.
Not actually directly at him.
So the host made a joke about
Yeah.
Bud Light because it's a thing to make a joke about right now.
Yeah.
And then, what was it? Robbie the Fire Bernstein immediately came up, and first thing he said was like, "If you're drinking a fucking Bud Light in here, I'm gonna have you thrown the fuck out." Which is hilarious to say.
Fucking great.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
It's a good opener.
And he went.
Yeah.
He again, like she said, he was already having his beer, and he was like, "Come on, man."
Oh, what a bitch.
He's got a skink shirt on. There's
Yeah.
no way he gets
That's
a
where
shit
I'm
about,
confused. Like, he
like,
had a skink shirt. There's no way he's that offended by this, but something
He's-
rubbed him wrong. And I
He's
think
not a
it's-
real fan then. He
I
only,
think it's
he
because
only
he-
knew one person.
no, well, he went to see Lewis, too. Before that.
He's
was,
like, Lewis didn't say anything about
Yeah.
Bud Light.
Lewis loves Bud Light. I think at some point he just realized that he wasn't going to get any puss, and he was like, "Well, I'm out of here." And also,
He was like, that was the first shot. And then they started making fun of me for drinking Bud,
Bud
Light.
Light. I was like, "That's it. I only get 2 strikes with me. I run a different league here.
2 strikes and you're out.
2 strikes are out. 2 strikes."
I play a different version of baseball.
Great night. Always great seeing any of the skanks. The crowd otherwise is always awesome. Always fun. Jokes. And it's always like, I've heard every single one of them. It's true about Florida. There's certain areas, and I think it's going to be the same in Omaha. But they true what they say. Like, comedy down here is people we love. We love to laugh down here. We love nothing more than to be in an air conditioning room. And if you're attempting to make us laugh, you're going to get 99% of laughs. Because we're all just fucking happy to be inside. And now we're seeing somebody we enjoy or somebody we may not even know tell jokes. And we love it on a different level than other places can love it. Because
unless your name is Tyler and you drink Bud Light.
Yeah.
then you're probably pissed off. Then you're probably pretty pissed off.
I mean, shouts out to the bartender or the server who was just like, okay,
that's fine.
Yep, you're not going to
She
come
was
back
great.
ever
Tina,
again.
shouts
Okay.
out to her. She was great. She was awesome. Got me some Southwest egg rolls while I was there. Shouts out to the kitchen. Them motherfuckers are just heating shit up in an oven and serving it out to people. It was great.
I'm assuming they get the same ones that Miller's does.
It when I grabbed it, it felt like it felt like something you got out of a frozen like you get out of a box.
Yeah,
in
and
the
they
freezer.
they just deep fry it real quick.
It didn't seem deep fried. It seemed like
Yeah,
they
I
baked
don't
it in
think
the
it was
oven.
deep fried.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No deep fry.
I feel like they were supposed to deep fry it and they didn't.
It was good though. I told her, I
Alright.
said, if I'm going to continue this night, I need to put food in me. I already had 2 tall boys before we left, and we had tall boy together on the road there. Then when I got there, we had 2 drinks together. By the time I got in, we ordered the Blue Moon bucket. When we ordered the Blue Moon bucket, I looked at it and I was like, that's going to put me in a hole. If we drink these Blue Moons and I don't have any other fucking food, I'm about to start heckling too. I'm about to hang out with Tyler. Me and Tyler about
How
to
bad?
go. Yeah, I'm about to go order a bucket and hang out with Tyler. Oh, you know what he did?
What?
You know what he did? He was asking her, can I just order one more beer and pick it up at the bar? And she was like, can you go? She was like, no, you can pick it up. You can order it at the bar and pick it up.
Yeah.
It's separate.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I don't like that.
That's
The fuck?
crazy.
Yeah, that's what
And
it
then
was.
He just leaves.
Yeah, I think he probably went and got a bar. He probably got a beer at the bar and probably walked out with it like he's not supposed to and probably just left.
Crazy.
And I bet if Luce was hearing this right now, he'd go, real ass dude, Dougie.
I hope he got hit by a bus.
Same. Fuck you, Tyler. What do we have for talking points? What are the talking points?
Why'd you sound so upset about that?
I don't know.
Seemed like, did we do something wrong, Joe?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't want to see. You're sad thinking about comics falling off the wagon. Yeah. Cool Ranch blows nacho cheese out of the fucking water.
Well, let's
any
just-
Are we
day.
already starting?
You know what, guys? It's time for a segment that we love on the show called It's Debatable. Guys, let's debate Doritos. Doritos just recently put out 2 new flavors, barbecue and hot mustard. Shouts out to the hot mustard
Ketchup.
flavor. They do ketchup now too?
Ketchup.
Is that at Walmart?
That's the big thing. The ketchup and mustard.
You bitch.
Oof.
I need to try that ketchup. I need to try ketchup then. So ketchup, mustard, barbecue, the 3 most popular condiments, and Doritos has now made flavors for all 3. I don't know if you've tried the barbecue one either.
I haven't
No.
tried any of the new ones.
I've only now we've all tried hot mustard. I've tried the barbecue. I think you tried the barbecue as well. I came home and gave you a bite or 2. I'm pretty
I
sure.
remember.
Well, it's here's the problem with the barbecue. Before we get into our debate, the problem with the barbecue is that the flavor of the barbecue is very good. They coat it on there, but here's the thing: it's something about the barbecue flavor and the tortilla chip
the corn chip.
the corn chip that just don't mesh after you've eaten it. Because after you eat it, you get a burst of barbecue, all to corn chip afterwards.
Mm.
It's very strange, and then afterwards you start realizing this is fine. Like you said, I could eat a bag of it, but it's not.
Am I gonna buy it again?
Is it going to take over like Lay's barbecue, which in my opinion is like one of the best barbecue chips out there? No, absolutely not. Gotta try this ketchup. Hot mustard's killing it. We're going to debate Now for knowledge sakes, the favorite flavors of Doritos around here are sweet Thai chili for me and Ian here, the purple bag, if you would, the best. And Reese loves hot mustard, as it's now taken over. What was your favorite before hot mustard?
Probably nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, classic. So, like, we've decided to not only debate our favorites, but also I'll be defending nacho cheese as an overall best flavor, but also just to debate Doritos as a whole and everything, all the other flavors they've come out with and tried, and kind of debate those flavors between each other. I'll start this debate by saying that nacho cheese is, in fact, a classic. You can use nacho cheese Doritos for nachos, like that's a staple at this point. And at a party, when you put nacho cheese Doritos out, there's no questioning. There's no being like, hey, what Doritos are these? What's going on here? Everybody knows what they're getting, and it's a classic. It's a classic chip that has flavor. Every other classic chip is just plain. It's a classic chip that has flavor.
I would say Cool Ranch is also a classic.
It really is. I mean,
it may have came out after, but it has, in my personal opinion, has been far more superior.
This guy with the superiority, he's like, it's
white.
It's
in my blood.
It's white. It's got just some speckles on it. Superior.
Oh.
Cool Ranch. Let me say something about his Cool Ranch real quick.
Yeah, what do you have again?
Cool Ranch isn't nothing unless they fucking douse it in Cool Ranch. Your Cool Ranch ain't shit. Your Cool Ranch is tortilla chip.
Be the same with the nacho cheese. If it wasn't doused in nacho cheese, and you know what else?
Everyone tastes like nacho cheese.
And
it mixes with the corn tortilla chip.
Yeah, but you're not gonna use nacho cheese dipping sauce on nacho cheese flavored chips.
It's gonna be
too much.
It's
gonna be too much.
No, it won't. There's absolutely no.
No,
way.
the mesh.
I'm leaning left or right like this. This whole.
Yeah,
like, absolutely.
You do lean left, you fucking liberal piece of shit.
I'm a libertarian through and through. Shouts out, Dave.
Liar.
Reese, please go ahead. You were about to make a point.
Yeah. Also, while I have the floor, what's funny is I lightly touched this and it turned yellow, and I'm like, that's fine.
That's fine.
Because we're talking about hot mustard. Hot mustard is the best because it actually tastes like hot mustard to me. It genuinely just
It's not hot.
like hot mustard.
But hot
What do you
mustard
mean
isn't supposed to be spicy.
Yeah, it is.
It's lightly spicy.
Lightly.
You can't say that that's not spicy at all.
That's not spicy at all.
I bet if you had a
Cool
couple.
Ranch? What is Cool Ranch?
What even is Cool Ranch?
So
It's Cool
you said
Ranch.
that this is as spicy as Cool Ranch, right?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's literally
There's
insane.
literally no spice to it. You can open a pack of the little
think you
things
have
of the
COVID.
mustard you get from Chinese restaurants. What did you just say?
I
That
think you have COVID.
No, I'm just not a fucking pussy.
I'm gonna get my COVID test out because that's insane.
Go get it.
That's ridiculous, Ian.
That's not spicy
it
at
has
all.
light spice.
Now, I think you're coming from an angle of somebody who can take a high level of spice. Now, that is a spicy chip. You have to give it that. It has spice to it.
Yeah, it's not the spiciest thing
No.
in the world. Don't get me wrong. I'm
can't-
not saying that.
You can't use. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but you can't. Overall, there's
Do you
some
think the
gringos
sweet
out
Thai
there.
chili is hot? They're spicy?
No,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not either. It's really not. It
Yeah.
tastes so good though.
Yeah.
Can we talk about sweet Thai chili real quick?
We can talk about sweet Thai chili.
I mean, look.
Yeah, it's got
let
a
me
sweet
lean over here.
flavor. It's not a.
Yeah,
I
let me.
agree. Yeah, we all agree on that.
So where does sweet Thai chili rank for you?
It's probably two, honestly.
Damn. I mean, I think I gotta sit back.
so you're gonna put that hot mustard shit above sweet
I
Thai
love
chili.
mustard.
that's wild.
I love mustard. I love
I also
honey
love
Easy there,
mustard.
I
Starfire.
love regular mustard,
Starfire does love mustard.
spicy mustard. I
You do
love
look.
all
you know,
mustard, dude.
You block off right here because I don't need his opinion on this. You know, you do look a little like Starfire sometimes. You know? Eat some bugs sometime together. Maybe have a little worm pet. This not make you feel comfortable? Raven over here. He's trying to shoot out dark energy. We like that fun around here. So, I mean, here's the thing. I think that without having to drag this debate on too long, we can agree without you know, I know yours number one spot is your number one spot, but as a consensus, I think we can agree that purple bag is number one, right?
Purple bag's number one.
Probably.
For you guys.
Well, I mean, like I'm saying, everybody's gonna have their favorite, but I would say that in the end, purple bag and nacho cheese would probably end at number 1 and 2, like over a world consensus.
Over a world consensus, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like number 1 would be nacho.
Unfortunately, I think she's right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think she's wrong.
Unfortunately,
I mean, I could do a little Google search.
unfortunately, I'm holding Cool Ranch in contempt to being the worst Dorito that they've ever made.
What?
That's right.
You're fucking crazy.
That's right. I'm saying it right here first with Super Sour. Cool Ranch Dorito, you nothing. People are begging. They're digging. You have to eat 50 Cool Ranch Doritos before you start feeling the flavor in your mouth. And
Wrong. Wrong.
And by that time, you've already cut your mouth to pieces.
How are you eating your Doritos?
Angled with the corners at my
Hey, yo.
gums.
You don't eat Doritos?
You eat that like that, I'm breaking up with you, you bitch. It didn't even work. You couldn't even do it.
Well, it's actually really hard to do.
Yeah.
Cool Ranch is number 1.
No way. What do you mean? What's the ranking here? Where are you getting the stats from?
I don't know this
Is it
website.
CoolRanchDoritoFan.com?
I wish.
I got
No.
it from the Cool Ranch Reddit.
Nutritiononics.com. I don't know what that is.
That's probably talking
Doritos.
some nutrition shit then. We want fan ratings. Type in number 1 fan rated Dorito. Type that in. We need GMM for this. I'm sure GMM has already done an episode on this. God, I can't wait to
You know what time it is.
Same.
I don't like
Spicy nacho.
Spicy.
That's
nacho.
guiltyeats.com.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all going to be from, like,
Yeah.
It's all opinionated.
Yeah. Well,
they take polls, and it's whoever.
do me a favor, guys. You
Goes
let
in
us
that
know
poll.
down in the comments what your favorite Dorito is.
Oof, you remember the fucking cheeseburger one?
Cheeseburger Dorito. They
God,
did it right.
that
when
was
they did it, because a lot of
fucking
places
good.
were doing cheeseburger. A lot of places, but cheeseburger Dorito was addicting. I had a problem with it. Here's my only gripe with it, and it's a good gripe, is that it left the taste of cheeseburger in your mouth for hours. And at some point, you'd be like, I don't want to taste cheeseburger anymore.
When
But-
does it stop?
When Dorito? Hey, Doritos, do me a favor. Have that with Cool Ranch. I want Cool Ranch to be in my mouth for the next 3 hours. This is where you come for the world consensus. Super Sour, right here. The consensus is that 2 out of 3, sweet chili is the best. And
Sweet Thai chili.
sweet Thai chili is the best. And then right below it, hot mustard.
Right below it, Cool Ranch.
Let us know what you guys like us to debate on another. It's debatable.
Transition.
So I was listening to this topic the other day, talked about, and it made me interested to know what my friends' version of this. And of course, as always, we like to bring up topics that are something that you guys, the fans, the Sour Society themselves, can talk about with us in the comments. And I heard it was the first. I don't know why it's the first time I've heard this proposed as a question, but like your own what people always say, like that's my own hell, bro. That would be hell. What is, do you think, your own personal hell? But to counter it, what do you think would be a paradise for you? What is your essential heaven but paradise, for better phrasing? I could tell you mine if we need to start.
Oh, please.
While everybody thinks, obviously, and I'm going to be straightforward with everybody. If I'm being
Tons of bitches.
if I'm being off the chest honest,
and really hot dudes.
It's a bunch of hot people working at Target.
I'm just in Target in my beginning years, just plowing those aisles, baby boy. If you were at Target in my prime years, you didn't stand a chance. I took you
I'm
behind
getting in
the
those pants.
I took you behind and gave you that 10% discount. If I'm being honest, right off the chest, what would be an entire hell would be essentially like Titan form people who are retarded. Just a bunch of retarded people.
Oh, so you're
around
just
me.
looking after like a whole like
like
special ed class.
Yeah, and it's just never ending.
Forever.
Maybe, yeah. I'd probably, and I'm stuck in one building, consistently staring, taking care of special ed people, and I have nobody else in my life but these retarded kids,
Oof.
retarded dudes. They're retarded. They're
Oh,
grown
Just
people.
dudes.
Yeah, dudes are worse. Yeah,
Yep.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say this, and I don't give a fuck. The friends who watch this or don't, I'll be like, we went to the.
We know you have like a phobia.
I do. I'll be honest about it. So that way it's not a problem for people. Like I'm honestly terrified of retarded dudes more than anything else. But retarded kids, if you want to be PC about it, mentally handicapped, whatever. And I don't like being around them. It's better than me to tell you guys.
No, they have an extra one. That's what it is.
And not be around them than me freak out and punch a retarded person in the face because I'm having a panic attack. And then they kill me like a chimpanzee who's gone manic because they have strength that's beyond the gods. We were at a get together for an old coworker recently. We went to Fat Cat Tavern. Shouts out Fat Cat Taverns in Florida. And eventually somebody rolled through with a retarded person. And they sat down right next to me. And so to not make a scene, and so nothing else, I gently tapped Reese and I said, "Could you please switch seats with me?" And she said, "Yeah, no problem," because she didn't realize. And halfway through the dinner, she tapped me. She goes, "I think he's retarded." And I go, "Yep, that's why I wasn't going to sit here." Did you not notice he was retarded?
The guy next to me? No, I had no idea.
He was retarded.
I thought it was really weird because he kept staring at me, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just...
Is he like...
I don't know.
Is he like one of those retarded people who like can like take care of themselves slightly?
Well, he was there with like a family.
Oh, okay. So he had his handler with him.
Correct.
Right,
he was also very into baseball stats on his phone. He was watching, so he's one of those retarded people who's got a fixation that he can pass it all down to.
He should start gambling.
He should. DraftKings.com. So that would be my own personal hell for sure. I mean, yeah, obviously torture. Obviously, that would suck. Nobody wants to be stabbed a trillion times. Like those are the obvious ones.
Well,
but my own personal
we're
would
constantly
about, like,
burning.
Purgatory.
Right.
You
yes.
know, we want your purgatory that's like this could be realistic, but it's just the worst.
I feel like my heaven. I feel like heaven's always harder, which is sad. I feel like heaven's always harder to figure out what it's going to be. At least maybe for me. I'm not going to say for everybody, but my own personal heaven. Not to be corny or cheesy. Sometimes we like to be nice around here. And I would say it would have to be, if I'm thinking about it overall and being realistic about it and not being selfish or anything.
Well, you don't have. It's not selfish.
No, selfish is bad. No, selfish is bad.
No, it's your paradise.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's the thing. Like you get rewarded with all the things, and
I agree.
Like,
I agree with you, but sometimes selfishness, like in your life, it's bad things. Like your selfishness could be like that you want to do heroin all the time, and that's
well, you can do
selfish.
that in your own paradise.
I don't think you should.
But
Really?
if that's what you want to do.
Well,
All right,
you've died and gone to your paradise.
Let me correct my saying. Then I should say that I don't want to do the things that would be negative that I would normally do.
Well, I
would
mean,
find good here in regular life. You know what I'm saying?
if
Sometimes
you're
you do things
fucking
that you-
children in heaven, it's probably not a good thing.
I mean, like disassociating and things like that. Like sometimes you do things or like getting plastered and not have. Like some people would say, like my heaven would be if I just was drunk all day long, and like that's not.
You would
a heaven.
rather be in a place that you feel like you don't need to like smoke weed and drink every day.
Maybe, yeah. I was gonna say my personal heaven would just be I couldn't place setting.
Sobriety.
I couldn't place not even close. I couldn't place setting. I couldn't place something, but I could say that my personal heaven would definitely be video game heavy. Like I'd be in some, just mecca of gaming life that also was connected to like nature in the most like obviously like most non-harmful way. And then definitely you two would be there for sure. Like I would have you guys, the moms, and endless amount of
we're
weed.
hearing is a future murder suicide.
100%. Well, how else am I going to make that happen? And there would be endless amount of weed, good food. The pets would be there. Just that. Because that's what makes me happy anyway. And then we would just that's it. We'd hang out and just live our lives just hanging out. Personal paradise. Because there'd be no more work.
Yeah, but if you wanted to do heroin, you could.
And then there'd be heroin. Of course, we'd all be doing
Or like,
heroin.
whatever anybody wanted.
Meth, heroin, cocaine, PCP, angel dust. Whatever we want to do. We want to just eat all day long? Hell yeah. Basically, I'm looking for like a the vacation spot in Rick and Morty that Jerry gets taken to.
The vacation spot?
Yeah, I remember Rick takes Jerry to that vacation.
Oh,
area.
to the theme park?
The Whirly Durly. It's
The
not a theme
Whirly
park, it's a
Durly.
vacation. It's a resort.
Oh yeah, where no one can die
Yes.
and all that shit. Okay, yeah. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of like equivalating it to, and then you just have your closest people, right? Because that's what your paradise should be, in my opinion. Well, not to make anybody else's anything else, but for me, I go, you want to be around the people that make you the happiest.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, but that's like, depictions of heaven. Like, that's typically what it is.
Right. Yeah, I guess I'm just old school.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like a baseline.
Who's got their next? Who's got theirs? Who's got their hell? Who's got their heaven?
Oh, you definitely tell you my hell.
Let's go. Ian's always ready to tell you his worst possible situation.
It would definitely be, and this is like would be the most frustrating and like
you wake up to this every day. This is what
This is constant.
Yeah.
It's I have to put my car back together
from scratch.
It's probably something minute.
Okay.
It's the smallest thing, but there's 1,000 different variants of the piece that I need to reassemble my car, but the right one is not there. And I have to do this because I have to get to work tomorrow, but it's impossible to put back together. It would be endless mental torture.
You are hitting some people in the hearts now, for sure.
Or like, you just take apart something to clean it real quick, and now one piece is missing, and then suddenly 8 different ones show up. It'd just be some shit like that. Like just constant.
That's really your hell, huh?
You sit there. This doesn't work. This doesn't work.
Now,
this one slightly fits. You put it all back together. You start to do something, and then it fucking breaks, and you have to do everything all over again.
Is like sweating and all this like a part of the misery, or is it just the actual activity? It's okay.
It's got to be.
Yeah. Wow. There's no beer for you. There's no vape, anything. You're just
that'd actually make it worse.
Yeah. Wow. So, do you have a heaven to counter this?
I mean,
I'm sorry, going to add to your hell, and then there's also a person who's using a flashlight to help you.
And they keep slightly moving it away,
fucking wiggling it everywhere.
No, I said point it here.
It's just death with a scythe, but his other hand's he's just like
flashlight.
too.
I mean, my personal heaven.
I'm excited to hear this. He's like, I play Counter-Strike all day.
No.
Me and Brian, we play.
I mean, obviously the same factor as you. Like, there'd definitely be like just video games.
Video games make us happy.
Yeah, endless alcohol, friends, family, bunch of fucking bitches. My own personal
bitches.
Oh yeah, it's just a bunch of you. It's a 1,000 copies of you.
Exactly. This is heaven.
Yeah.
So
don't judge my heaven, bitch.
Yeah. It'd be the same. It'd be same. There'd just be a whole bunch of dudes there.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get there, it'd be like, oh, hey, babe.
Go, get every scatter. Wings.
But, my own personal racetrack and endless car collection.
Ooh.
Basically anything that you would, like, frivolously want, like, because that's what typical depiction of heaven is. It's, like, literally anything that you would want,
I swear I thought his heaven was going to be like
endless barbecue without heartburn.
Ooh. Now he's being specific. I like this. I could have sworn his heaven was going to be like him sitting on some like stone throne with barbarian clothes on.
That'd definitely be a part of it.
He's actually
That's something I do on Thursdays.
He's like, my actual heaven actually would be, I'm a barbarian who's very silly and goofy, but I'm so strong, they'll be fun with me. My sister's a kooky monkey, and my best friend. And you're like, are you saying your heaven's Dave the Barbarian from Disney Channel?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Reese, your personal hell.
Okay, Okay, to counteract, Ian's fetish for little people, I actually
Jesus
really grossed out by little people, and kind of in the same way that Joe doesn't like retards. Actually, it's very I know it's not important, and I know it's a dumb thing to be like almost scared of. But it's like specifically about them, their tiny little hands. I don't like the way that they're shaped and their bones are shaped weird. I don't like that. So there would definitely be them, only them, and I would just constantly have to keep.
You'd be the person who has to like grab everything off the top shelves for them.
Yeah, and I would just have to be nice all the time to them. But also adding to that, every day I wake up, I'm like, cool, it's my day off, right? I'm gonna get to do something, and then I have to go do like chores for little people all day and clean up after them, and they're really messy.
It's like a Squidward montage. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like by the time I'm finally done with everything, I got about an hour before I have to go to sleep, and then I'm like, shit, and then I start to go play video games, and the internet's out, and I can't.
Yes, Joe.
Hi, yeah, Joe, SuperSour, longtime listener, big time fan. I'd like to add to Reese's nightmare fuel. If she's forgetting one big thing, is that what she is missing is either it could be one of two forms of this.
Covered
Nope.
in maple syrup.
Oh, I actually wasn't even thinking about that yet. They're covered in maple syrup.
And you have to shake each one
like
of
a
their
jackass
hands.
stunt. Like they're all covered in maple syrup. And cover these people in maple syrup too, or yourself, because either you wake up every day and you are obesely fat, or you are also surrounded by obesely fat people, or obesely fat midgets with maple syrup or all over them.
Yeah, the obesely fat midgets, I think, would be worse than just obese fat people. 'cause
Unfortunately,
they can't really
it'd be hilarious,
messy.
but
Yeah, I feel like the obese midgets, they would still be messy and they would still get shit everywhere with their little hands. They can't pick stuff up because they have tiny little fingers, And
they're like, help us pick this up, please. I need covered in maple syrup. It keeps taking in my hand. Help me. Yep, see, I knew it. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Couldn't add your hair. Your hair was spot on for you.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible.
Oh no, you keep losing your hair every day.
Oof.
Every day you wake up with your hair and then you lose it.
Looks like
Slowly
I'm living
throughout
in
the
hell.
day. By the end of every day, you're bald completely.
I mean, at least I start the day with hair. I'd take that.
That's true.
I wish I could do that now. That's actually a good thing. I would take that.
There you go.
I'd take that right now.
Oh yeah, well then you got to add it to your heaven. Then you wake up every day, you have a full head of hair. You got Fabio hair. What kind of hair would you want if you had a full head of hair, Ian?
The hair that I used to have.
You liked your hair that you used to have?
My old hair was
I'm not saying it in a
nice.
bad way. I'm just asking. Like,
Yeah.
You wouldn't. You
'Cause it was
could have any
nice.
hair.
So it's like you liked that.
Everyone liked that.
I liked it. No, everybody. No, Mama Tammy. That's why she don't talk about it no more. But she would hound Ian over how she loved his hair, and Ian was like, "I'm gonna kill myself if you keep talking about this."
Well, the
shit."
first day I cut it short, she almost cried.
Yeah, she did not. She was not happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of all, Rick used to have long hair. I've had long hair. Nick's had long hair. She could give a fuck. When Ian when Ian cut his hair, it was like Nagasaki for her all over again. It was insane. And our mom's not even Japanese.
But she was devastated. With
Devastated
that.
all the same. Devastated all the same.
Nagasaki was hard for her.
It was hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially me.
Because Ian is
He's
Japanese.
actually Japanese.
Oh, no.
Hi!
Let's talk about my hair.
The radiation just went.
Yeah.
You know what happened when the radiation hit you? It went. Because you have all the facial hair still.
Yeah, I blocked
The beard. You went, ah! Reese, your personal heaven. Let's hear it.
It's super selfish. Zero
It's not
shame.
selfish, it's heaven.
Yeah, zero shame whatsoever. I have an aquarium that also has like a
Ooh.
reptile feature. It has all the fish, all the aquarium stuff, all the reptiles, everything. I got it all. Also, a very extensive library is also there somehow. And all I have to do all day, because they're somehow fed all by themselves, I don't have to do that. Something else.
Self-sustaining.
Yeah, self-sustaining.
And then her glasses fall off and break, and it turns back into her hell. And she was like, "No,
This
there
whole
was
time.
there was time."
And then all of the fish and
Yeah.
reptiles become very aggressive.
Oh shit! Bum bum ba. Sorry, go ahead, please. I apologize.
No.
No, that doesn't happen.
No, my eyes are fine. And
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
very nice.
need
You wouldn't need glasses.
Hilarious.
And I have all day. I don't have to do any cleaning, nothing. Everything is done all the time, and I just get to hang out, read. I have crochet stuff, and I got some cozy video games, and that's it.
And that's it.
all.
No competitive video games.
Yeah, I'll probably have some, but mostly like if I only could have a few video games to choose from,
Right.
then yeah, cozy. But if it's just any video games, then yeah, honestly, I would have any video games there, except older ones, because they frustrate me a lot right now. So yeah, I don't like them.
No
Older
people.
games.
Tetris.
No people like.
Nope.
You know, me and Joe from our
No, she
heavens.
doesn't-
Me
she
and our
doesn't.
heavens can't
Very
come and visit.
selfish. You can come visit.
We can go visit?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to. It sounds like a lot of her stuff in there.
Yeah.
It'd be bored pretty quick.
I mean,
Let's get out of here.
Very
hang out
quiet.
with the reptiles.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Let's get out of here.
Oh, and my pets. My other pets be there too.
Oh, so we have to visit for Sweetie.
Well, it goes without saying, my heaven's gonna have Sweetie in it.
How's that going to work?
There's 12.
Answer me. Hey. Hey, you up there. How's he going to get Sweetie and she's going to get Sweetie at the same time?
Technically,
I
if you-
also want a version
about
of
it.
Flash too.
She wants a version of Flash.
Yeah.
well, if you think about it, all of our heavens would just be like simulations to our own personal
Oh,
desires.
shit.
So, like,
God. So the world is
there could be-
simulation.
Well, whose desire is it to have me here? What the fuck's going on? What is this shit?
You're an experiment. You're an experimental
No, they're
AI.
like, no, I just need regular people around. So
Oh shit! All right, that was good. That was
Yeah.
fun. That was fun, right? It actually kind of felt like felt good to talk
That's
about.
it's pretty neat.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. That's what we do.
All right, now, if you could be in one anime, which one would you go into?
Oh,
Attack
fuck.
on Titan. I want to die.
My lord,
You're crazy.
that's least on the list.
No,
I
it's-
can't wait to kill myself.
Now,
Just kidding.
I'll say an answer, but then I'll say a backup answer because if the backup answer is what I want. My answer is Dragon Ball, but my backup answer is what I want, which is Pokemon. Is that considered an anime? Can I say
That is an anime, yes.
Oh, I know it is
Because
but
that's
I
my-
it's considered. An
That's
anime.
my number one choice.
Yeah, Pokemon for
Yeah.
sure.
You
100%.
get- Dope ass pets.
You seem to live forever, apparently.
You don't have the risk of dying.
Yeah.
Because if you go into Dragon Ball, even if you're the world's strongest human, you're fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And if you do become a Saiyan, there still is a chance that you can die.
Yeah,
So
they're selfish with those Dragon Balls.
they are.
Yeah,
Well, Bulma collects them all, and she's like,
I want to look younger.
"Yeah,
People, she's like, she could be like, I want to cure cancer, and she goes,
right." Well, no, she's
No more
probably already
hunger.
figured that out.
I doubt it.
I don't know. They never talk about it.
She's selfish, doggy. Her heaven, Bulma's heaven. Everybody's
don't you
got
fucking
cancer.
talk about Bulma like that.
I'm only stating facts. I understand.
I think I would want
You-
to be. In...
Oh, you're taking away Attack on Titan.
Oh, I wouldn't actually want to.
Yeah, it was a joke.
That's
It
insane.
was jokesies.
Yeah,
I never
that's
know.
wild.
This
That's
shit was
fucking
crazy.
wild. Plus, they
This
don't
was
have
crazy.
they don't have phones or
Yeah, that's
anything.
crazy. Yeah.
It'd be different.
She aspires to be bread girl. I don't know. You never know.
It's true, I do love bread.
She loves bread girl. You know what I'm talking about when I say
But-
that.
Sasha.
Sasha.
Yeah, but she loves bread so much because there's
She loves
very
meat.
little. Yeah, she loves.
She loves
yeah,
meat, yeah.
and potatoes.
Potato
But it's
girl,
only 'cause
that's
they
what
don't
it is.
have any food.
I call her bread girl because she eats bread like Sasha eats potatoes and
Yeah.
meat.
I
Yeah.
love bread. But no. Probably Gurren Lagann.
Interesting. I haven't watched it enough to know how good or bad that would be.
It's
Never heard of it.
awesome.
You never heard of Gurren Lagann?
No.
I'm sure you guys would
Yeah.
bond over that. I'm
It's a good
sure
one.
if you watched it because it's like Gundam shit, is it not?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Gundam. Like how Gundam used to be.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. The first episode is the hardest one to get through because it's very weird. Like to start because it's some little boy talking about drilling holes
Oh,
for
this-
like 5-10 minutes straight.
All right.
So,
Sounds
yeah.
sexual.
But after
Um,
you get through that,
Ian, what's your answer then?
Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah.
Pokemon's definitely number one. Number two.
I think if I could rephrase, by the way, my personal heaven would be us three being Pokemon trainers together, exploring Pokemon.
Hell yeah.
That would be my own personal heaven. With our current pets being like our pets that like hang out on our shoulders and shit like that. And Crypto would walk by our sides all the time, like protecting us from like wild Pokemon.
Oh, yeah,
trying
so,
to
like-
jump us.
like Shelby and Crypto would be like
Yeah.
Houndoom or Electrike. Fuck, I can't pronounce his name.
Electric.
Yeah. or some other like dog Pokemon
Yeah. Yeah.
or an Arcanine.
Now, Ian's going to set us up here on a video, guys. So, first things first, shouts out Busch Light. And I know all the beers are all under, certain brands, certain companies, so it's like shouting out for one beer is like shouting out for all of them. But here on Super Sour, we are a heavy Busch Light fam. And we're also, from Ian's side, it's true. And from all of our sides, we are a big Miller High Life family. Like, we love Miller High Life, and Ian loves Miller. But that being said, like we're a Busch Light. You could say we're a Busch Light Miller family around here, when it comes to light beers. But also, we don't really discriminate. We'll drink anything for the most part.
I'm a Bud Light kind of person.
Reese is a Bud Light type of person, and there's nothing wrong with that, right, Dylan Mulvaney? That being said, obviously, right now, ridiculously, there has been controversy with the whole Bud Light spokesperson thing, which in the end, it is a thing of like just viewing Bud Light disconnected from their audience. That's what you really have to look at. It's besides like a ridiculous political thing or sexuality thing you want to make it about. It's just not connected with their audience and who they are. And it was really a step for all other beer companies to be like, we're about to start making moolah, because they can make almost any commercial at that point and really blow people out the water. So Miller Lite puts their hand in the bucket, their hand in the hat,
Of being woke.
their name in the goblet of fire, if you would. And they come out with a commercial. They're like, "This is gonna get them. We're gonna be 10 times better than Bud Light ever has been." And honestly, I want your guys at home that are watching this episode, and I want your guys' opinion on what you think about this whole promotion that they're trying to do.
Women were among the very first to brew beer ever. From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing.
Wrong.
Centuries later, how did the
It's like,
industry
who
pay
am I to know?
homage to the
How would I
founding
know?
mothers of beer?
I guess
They
I just have
put
to
us
take
in
your fact
bikinis.
to be fact. Wow. Hot. What's the problem with that?
Look at
Because
this.
it's exploiting women.
Wild. It's time beer made it up to
Oh,
women.
but it's okay for
So today,
Bod to
Miller
have
Lite is on a
commercials of
mission
men
to clean
running
up
around
ethics
shirtless and
of the
shit.
whole beer industry's shit.
Thank you, Reese.
Miller Lite has been scouring the internet for all this shit and buying it back so that they can turn it into good shit for women brewers.
And it's not fair
Literally.
because everybody loves that bitch.
How, you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad into compost. Then we feed compost to
Do you like
worms.
this?
Push out beautiful fertilizer. That good helps farmers grow quality hops,
And these are hot bitches.
which is then donated to women brewers to make their own really good
But there's
Yeah, I love
definitely
this.
more shit out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any shit you got into Miller
I'm
Lite.
having
and
second
they'll turn
opinions.
that into good shit too. Oh. So here's to women, because without us,
Here's to
there
women.
would be no beer.
Bunch of hotties out there. So there we have it. Their new ad is saying that women made brewing, women made beer, which I don't know that that's true or not.
Wrong.
I didn't watch the Drunk History episode on that. Why'd you go away? I want to watch more about women brewing. Is that the process?
Oh, that's all the things. I don't even have a TikTok and this shit pops up.
Makes you want a TikTok.
No.
So they get I don't know that female actress's name, but comic actress, of course. What do you guys think? I first I think it's pretentious, and I go I hate that they're even making this thing, and then halfway through I go I kind of like it, because there's the thing where I go, well, people like the naked photos or the bikini photos for beer, right?
Joe's like, I love getting naked photos.
Who doesn't, Reese? Who doesn't?
I mean, for sure, if you want to take that like extremist like side of like, oh well, they've just been using us for advertising because it sells to. It's because when these companies first started, yeah, that's who they were selling to. Women weren't drinking beer back then, not as
True.
much as like they are now. Like
Fair
it
enough.
was not as
I can
common
see
of a
that.
thing. And also, they're kind of fudging the facts. Is like if there's no women, there's no.
No, in the ad, you gotta think of like ad time, like not when it came out, but like when they're doing ad revenue, like that's
Yeah.
that they knew what
They
to
used
promote.
hot women to promote the beer.
Yeah,
And back in that time, it was. They still do it now. Like, what do you mean? Like,
they don't do it now anymore. Nowadays, like all beer commercials are all about like family, pride of the community,
just commercials,
America.
commercials in general. A lot of the times,
I'm the most fascinating man in the world. What's his name? The most interesting man in the world?
For Dos Equis.
Dos Equis. Yeah.
But he's also got 2 hot women around him.
He does. He does have 2 hot women around him, Reese. The
Maybe
jugs.
those are his daughters.
Oh,
Wow.
gross. Gross. Leave it up to
How dare
Reese.
you guys assume?
Leave it up to Reese. So, what do you guys think of the promotion then? Like, do you like it? Do you not like it? I in the end like
I think
it.
it's fine.
I'm okay with women empowerment, but the fact that they're like, if it's not for women, there's no brewing, which is a lie because most of the original brewing companies and all of that, it was a man who came up with it.
Right.
Really?
I wouldn't
Really?
know.
Yes.
I'm in the middle here.
Do you know who it was?
I can look it up.
don't. Let's look it up. Let's look it up so that way we know for sure. So we're not arguing on blank faith here.
All right.
Who started brewing beer, I guess?
Who invented
Because it's not about who
brewing?
Miller, yeah. It's not about who started brewing, is what she was saying.
In ancient China, the first beer in the world was brewed in 7000 BCE.
Yeah, so no, not a woman.
The Sumerians.
Yeah.
Well,
Either way, you're getting the same time frame as Reese, so not
See,
not a
well,
woman.
He got 4000 BCE.
Oh, okay. What'd you say?
7000 BCE.
Huh.
yeah, the Sumerians were an ancient race of people who made an early thing called mead, which was quote unquote beer, which came to like.
So Miller,
And also, that's hearsay of like, oh, a man did it first or a woman did it first. It's the fact that who
It's a whole
actually
group
probably a
of
community
people.
of people.
who in
Yeah.
why
like,
don't you talk about that then, Miller? What the fuck? I would way more relate to a community of people brewing beer. How about saying
easy,
Ooh.
easy.
Ooh.
They're commemorating the women who do have
Okay.
a part in brewing beer.
Okay.
But the fact that they
Okay,
said
he's right.
that if it wasn't for women, there would be no beer
He's right.
or something like that
Yeah,
is a
that's
little
weird.
yeah, like it's a little extreme. Like they could have
Because,
just
like, my thought...
Like,
They
could've just shouted out,
thanks
like,
to the women who
the-
helped.
well, no, they could have shouted out the women who did start brewing companies.
yeah.
They could have shouted out the women-run companies that are using the Miller hops and all
'Cause
that
I'm
shit,
not
as opposed to
going
being like,
against-
without us, there's nothing.
Yeah, I'm not going against Eden's thing of saying that a man invented brewing,
Right.
but
That's
it's
hearsay.
just the fact. Yeah, it's the fact that I knew in my head. I'm like, back in the day, they used to like the way they would drink anything was like basically brewing alcohol with it, was because their water was so bacteria infested and gross. They would almost always put alcohol in it, and they would like ferment that shit. And,
Fair enough.
And that's all they drank almost back then. So I'm like, there's no way that
Let me just say
one
this.
person
Was
did
the
it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I
It's the
totally
same with
agree.
wine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me just say this is that either way, they just promoted hot bitches to keep promoting the beer. I mean, those were hot bitches who first of all, those aren't the type of bitches that are doing work and drinking beer.
You know, those are all actors.
Yeah. I hate that. That
For sure.
Take that for real and be like, that is the type of woman right there. You see that completely
You
flat
think-
red ginger?
You think the shit
Natural
farmer
ginger?
who turned it into fertilizer looked like that? No.
Absolutely
she's,
not.
She's a hefty girl.
And also, a lot of those people aren't drinking beer
You're not allowed to.
when you're a farmer like that.
Oh, no, you can't. No, in commercials.
Oh, no.
You're not allowed to actually drink beer. If you
No, I just mean like the actual people. Like they're busy fucking working all goddamn day,
Yeah.
and they might have like a beer or something. And it might not be Miller. Who knows? I don't know, but it's bold to assume it. But all they really did was, like I said, halfway through, that was some hot bitches. Those pretty hot bitches, especially for working bitches. They tried to go. It's still they're
It's-
still doing the same thing that they're doing without doing it.
it's good, but misinformation, because now a lot of women are gonna be like, well, you know, you wouldn't have this if it wasn't for us. And it's like, that's debatable.
Yeah. So like when
But women that are that stupid, I mean, don't you just go, okay.
yeah. Well, I was-
All right.
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's
you
not how they
did
would
it.
do it.
You did do that.
Because they're not gonna understand that. Kind
I mean,
No,
just
no.
shouts out for Miller for supporting actual women.
yeah.
I still think the ad is great For what it's worth. I like it. I like it more than the Dylan Mulvaney thing, where you gave attention to somebody who doesn't even drink Bud Light and doesn't care about Bud Light, and you ended up fucking over a whole fan base that are like don't like you guys now, and then all of a sudden, Dylan Mulvaney's the transgender person.
The lady man.
Yes,
right.
who they got to be the sponsor for just an ad.
Her words.
What? What?
I said her words.
Her words. But that's why I brought up earlier. We're a Bush family because, and we talked about it on a different podcast, like a different episode, that Bush doesn't really have ads. They don't have.
They like mountains.
Commercial. And they use they use online people
And fish.
who are actually. Yeah, they use fishermen. They use the You Betcha guy. Fish. I like just the answer fish.
Fish.
Well, the last
the
limited cans with all the bass and
then I would
mackerel and shit.
I got to show you a picture. I think you probably already liked it, but I'll show you a picture off podcast of me and Reese. We did a photo shoot when they did for the farmers, because let's not forget that Busch Light also does their thing is that they sell every year they do for the farmers, where they sell the style canned beer for the farmers, and when you buy it, all the money goes towards well, not all the money, but a percentage of the money goes towards farming, and that's. I mean, who hates that? Nobody.
Well, we all do like food.
Meanwhile, Miller and Bud Light, they're all like, we need to be like with the times. And Bush is like, fuck your times. Let's talk about the shit that matters. Farms, good times with friends, and that's it.
Well,
I always thought it was that I always thought we kept getting Bush because it was the cheapest, but it's nice to know that we've actually been getting it for like
sentimental reasons.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, the You Betcha guy. Shouts out the You Betcha guy.
You betcha.
Oh yeah, You Betcha. Yeah. They love Busch Light, and I love Busch Light. We love Busch Light here. It's don't buy your beer based on advertising. Buy your beer because of what you know about your beer. If you buy beer enough, you're going to buy it because you buy it. And if you buy it enough, start to learn
because you like the taste of it.
Correct. But learn about that beer. Don't just buy it just because you like the taste and just because you like it. Buy it because you love it and what it does. Buy it because it means something to you. Buy it because it reminds you of good times. Don't just buy a beer to just buy a beer.
Or because it's in your price range.
Yes.
Or because it's in your price range.
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't need to know that Bud Light was gay, but it's fine.
They're not
that
gay.
It's fine
They're
that
transgender.
No, Bud Light's in the closet now. That's what they are, because they're going back and forth, so they're just in the closet.
That's right. They did just come out with that not a Bud Light, but a Budweiser commercial with like the Clydesdale, and they're like, every American man.
This is about America. Yep.
They're like, we're trying to rebound. We're trying to rebound. Come on,
Guys,
America. All right.
America. Don't forget, Budweiser's not about that shit. They're trying to boost up the other parts of the brand, so that way people continue to buy Bud
we
Light.
all know what them cowboys doing up in them hills.
That's right. Jake Gyllenhaal. All right, we got to get out of here, guys. Everybody, we've had...
Let's get out of here.
This has been such a fun episode. Thank you both again, as always, for being here. I love you both. Thank you all for being here and for supporting us. We love you guys. Everybody who supports us. Let's keep growing this baby up. Let's pump those numbers up. Let's get those rookie numbers up. Make sure you support the podcast by hitting the like button, subscribing. Go to twitch.tv/SuperSour Games, hitting the bell. Just go to twitch.tv/SuperSour Games. Follow us on there. Follow all our social media, SuperSour JIR. Just look up SuperSour. We own this motherfucking domain. And
Stay sour.
thanks, guys. We are out of here.